best life. Please welcome Rozal Khan.
1, 2, 3, go. Hello everybody, my name is Rozal Khan. We are at Chow Entertainment. We are here at the Verhelia's Fashion, and we have Nicole who's here with us, and she's such a beautiful lady. Tell us, what is the one reason you got involved in the fashion world?
Well, I actually entered the fashion world through pageantry. So I was with Verhelia Productions, and I just won Miss Teen Asia USA 2022.
Wow, and what is your mission as part of your being the queen?
I think as being a queen, I represent my country as well as all Asian countries. So I've become an ambassador of culture and goodwill.
Oh, that's wonderful. My name is Rozal Khan. This is called Chow Television, Living Your Best Life with Rozal Khan.
Okay.
Paresh? Okay. Parvesh. Go. 1, 2, 3. Here, the beautiful Paresh at this beautiful brunch. Tell me, how long have you been involved in this industry for? You've got the style, you've got the look, and I can tell the way you command those ladies, you know what you're doing.
Thank you, thanks for that. But I am into industry from last 20 years now.
Wow.
It's this is my almost 21st year.
Can you make it louder?
Okay. Yeah, I am into the industry from last 20 years. I started with my own label that's called as Parvesh J in 2001. And thanks to God and thanks to everyone, to all people like you guys who love me so much, and the brand is still continuing to grow faster and grow.
Oh, that is fantastic. If there's one thing that you're looking forward to the next show, or the show we're seeing today, what would be the one thing we should focus on?
I always focus on, I get a lot of love from the audience and from everyone whosoever watches my collection, finds it really loving and really support us. That's kind of thing I want always.
Fantastic. My name is Rozal Khan. My show is called Living Your Best Life with Rozal Khan. We are every Tuesday on KXLA Chow Entertainment. That's where you can follow me. How can they follow you?
You can follow me on Parvesh J, Parvesh Jai.
Fantastic. Well, I know you're going to knock this one out of the park because I saw how hard these people are working in. When I watch you, I see your passion that you have for these girls, and the respect is beautiful. Gratitude beyond words, and namaste. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you. Hi, this is Rozal Khan with Chow Entertainment. We are here today at this beautiful exhibit with Gleamire with Hiral and Patel. And when you hear the story of this business, your heart is going to melt. So could you please tell me how this business came to be?
So this business is a partner who is almost 22 years ago. He really thought that, we live the life where we want to help others, we want to do something for people who work so hard. So for example, the diamond business, we have been here for almost 40 years doing the natural diamond business. But his minus is growing up, right? He's learning to be a grown man, and he's looking at the family business of diamond is thinking of who works so hard to make these natural diamonds, and he's looking at people who work at the mines, and he really wants to help them. He wants to really pay them higher, but he can't reach them. So he says, okay, I'm going to make sure that we turn this natural diamond business into something very valuable to people, and when we have some savings, we want to put it into helping people who really need it. So we're trying to connect our business with a non-profit organization, and he's working on building our website so we can connect benefits, right? Benefit to people who use it in terms of helping kids who need eyesight, kids who need building. So this is his vision, and we're all working towards it to help him with his situation as well. As you heard, right? He's suffering from depression, and we want to help him. He's our partner. This is all his plan. We want him to come one day from India to America and experience this himself.
Well, I know that when he gets the chance to see this video, it will really warm his heart, because as I hear you tell the story, I see the passion in your eyes. I hear the sympathy in your voice. It is such a beautiful mission. And how is it that people can follow you? How can they follow you to get this jewelry to continue this mission?
Instagram, look for us at Gleamire.com. We are tagged on many influencers' websites. They hear the same story. We have been invited to go to one of the events in LA on the April 9th. It's called a celebrity football event.
Oh, wow.
And we will be there as well.
Wow,
on the April 9th.
that sounds fantastic. Well, I can hardly wait to see you there. This is truly a pleasure and an honor, and I know this is just the beginning of many great things. You can follow me on social media. My name is Rozal Khan. My show is called Living Your Best Life with Rosalyn Khan. It comes on every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on KXLA Chow Entertainment every Tuesday from 11 to 11:30.
Thanks so much.
Hurting right now, and if you could take the time of every day to say a prayer for them that they might live a better life, then maybe we truly can bring peace to this world. My name is Rozal Khan. I'm with Chow Entertainment. My show is called Living Your Best Life. I help people who are overcoming obstacles to see the other side. If you're interested in being on my show or sponsoring a message just like the one I've given, you know where to find me. Thank you so much, and gratitude beyond words. Namaste.
There it is. What do you guys say we stop the microphone, we turn. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eric Zulu, CEO and founder of Easy Way Network, and the host for tonight on Hollywood Weekly's Grammy viewing party. We're here in Santa Monica, California. My boy Tim's amazing studio venue. If you need a venue, you need to come here, trust me. So what went down tonight is a lot of people networked, a lot of love, a lot of just famousness, shine, and dreams coming true, for real. So what I'm working on is I have a platform called the Wall of Fame, the Easy Way Wall of Fame, and we do the same thing we did tonight physically, but we do it digitally. The Easy Way Awards coming up with a lot of your names that you'll recognize that you probably will want to network with, like people like one of the senior executives of Priceline and Omar Perrier, which is one of the founders of LA Fitness, and Bill Duke from he's on Black Lightning right now on Netflix. It goes on and on. So we have a network just like this that wants to put shine on you guys. So the next event coming up, here's what you do. You text Easy Way, letter E, letter Z, W-A-Y, to the number 55678. And then that will let you know about everything we got going on. We got another event coming up at the Universal Bar and Grill. One of my clients called Expansion, helps you expand your brand, and it's called Rhythm in Business. So if you got rhythm and you're about your business, you need to be there. Trust me. Shout out to Lisa and Chow Entertainment, KXLA Television. I'm Eric Zulu with the bright gold jacket. You won't forget me. I'll see you guys real soon.
Is the marketing manager, and just recently it was announced she's the co-owner of this. What really brings me the greatest happiness in the world is this lovely lady standing right next to me. Used to be one of my former students in my class when I Santa Monica College. And there's nothing that brings me greater happiness than to see students I've taught reach success in this world. So Nicole, as a young lady who's aspired to many and great things, what would you say the one single thing is that made you the success that you are today?
Thank you so much, Rosalyn, for the introduction, and thank you everybody for being here today. I couldn't thank you guys enough. This is honestly like a dream that has become a reality, and I still can't believe it. But I guess life just, it is what you take of it, and right now I'm just taking blessings after blessings, and I am honestly honored and thrilled and humbled by the amount of people that showed up today and the amount of support and love that I'm getting from each and every one of you guys. And I truly hope that what you take from today will be something that you'll remember forever for as long as you live. And I hope that our relationship will continue. If it's just the first day you're coming to Hiral, I hope you'll continue to come back and shop. And thank you, Rosalyn, for being my teacher and for teaching me so many skills that honestly, without you, I don't think I would be.
Thank you for your interest in Inflight USA and our newest publication, BizAvJets USA. We serve general and business aviation throughout the U.S. For more information on submitting articles or advertising in our publications, visit inflightUSA.com. Thank you.
BizAvJets USA magazine is a new publication to the business aviation industry. And business aviation is a growing and thriving industry. We plan to bring you all the latest trends and news. We also plan to bring you new information about new airframes, systems, and interiors to market. Feel free to visit bizavjetsusa.com.
Senior Care Authority is a one-stop solution for helping you locate senior living options.
We understand the care, the costs, and the safety records of hundreds of communities, from assisted living and memory care to independent living and even skilled nursing. We help families cut through the complexity to make courageous, informed decisions under difficult circumstances.
Alzheimer's, and I remember we were all in the hospital room, and for like 10 seconds she recognized who we were, and then it was gone. So it's like a thief. It's taking away memories and who you are as a person. Over 5.5 million Americans have Alzheimer's. That number may double by 2050. For more information, visit rightfocus.org.
Hey, are you looking to get blinged out? Well, look no further. Boss Lady Bling Blingy have all the bling you need. You can find us online at Lady Blingy 4 on IG or Lady Blingy on Facebook or www.bossladyblingblingy here in sunny San Diego at 2031 Commercial Street, San Diego, California. Call us at 619-617-4586.
Good morning. This is Dave D. Smith. I'm with Banner Printing Company. We're a printing brokerage. We provide books, letterheads, envelopes, laser checks, accounts payable or payroll, and we provide promotional products, things like jackets, shirts with your logo on it, signs for the sides of trucks, and banners of any kind.
Good morning. Welcome to Living Your Best Life with Rozal Khan. Today we have a very special guest. I'd like to introduce you to Mike Trudell from Orbit Helicopters. Thank you.
You're not being recertified. You just can't fly unless you pass a review.
Right.
The FAA is very, very careful not to call it a recertification. Other countries in the world, they do call it recertification.
Right.
Where your license actually expires. Well, your license doesn't expire in the U.S. It never does. It's just that if you want to go ahead and continue to fly, though, you have to get a review and be signed off by an instructor. So it's somewhat informal.
Yeah, because I know my husband has to go do that every once in a while or every 6 months or whatever. He's got to schedule a meeting where the two of them go up and they do the process and show that he knows what's going on and what's happening.
Exactly, and it's not pass fail. It's more like pass. No pass, it's kind of an interesting way it's done, but you have to get it, you have to get it done, of course, and but let's say if somebody adds a rating, they're an airplane pilot and they want to add a gyro rating, a helicopter rating, a glider rating, a multi-engine rating, a seaplane rating, then you get to, you don't need to do the review because that new rating counts as a review, which is kind of nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's great.
but gyros, because they're anything that's got a rotor blade on it, it's a different process. It's a different way of understanding how aircraft fly, and in some ways it does take. You just can't make any assumptions on what makes it fly. So they handle very, very similar. When you're straight and level flight, because they do. Even a helicopter. First hour I can take any airplane pilot, and they can do straight and level flight, turns, climbs, and descents in a helicopter. Pretty much unassisted.
Right.
For the first flight, but it takes a long time to fill in all those other things, the takeoff, landing, and helicopters hovering. In gyros, it's simpler because gyro can't hover.
Right.
So if the gyro can't hover, then but right now, as it is right now, with the rotor blade stationary, it can't fly until the blades spin.
Right.
So that's the trick, and so right now, as these things sit, these things are largely overpowered tricycles.
Oh wow!
So they won't fly at all until you get rotor RPM, and you have to have enough rotor RPM in order to go ahead and fly.
Right.
So we like to say here that you need rotor RPM to fly, and then you need to build airspeed after liftoff to climb, and you always need to keep the gyro under 1G environment, which means that you're not horsing around with the gyro getting into low G in order to go ahead and live.
Right,
So,
of course. And what country did they originally come from?
Well, this particular model originates in Italy.
Okay.
But the other manufacturers, like for example, Autogyro is based in Germany.
Oh wow.
The Autogyro is actually an older design compared to a helicopter. It's been around almost 20 years before the helicopter was perfected.
Right.
And the purpose of the Autogyro back in 1923 was not to try to solve mysteries of helicopters. It was really to make essentially a stall-proof airplane.
Oh wow.
That was really the point of the thing. And but its invention gathered the notice of helicopter people, and they started looking at the Autogyro as an evolutionary step. So when the helicopter finally did get perfected in the late 30s and early 40s, mostly in the 40s, then the interest in the Autogyro pretty much disappeared, except for the 50s. It was resurrected again by Igor Benson, that kind of born the sport gyroplane configuration involving a pusher propeller and short coupled tail. But they suffer from inherent stability issues, which if you're a test pilot, you kind of understand that. But if you're a weekend flyer, it had a terrible accident history. So the Italians, who also were very, very aware of this aspect, took the existing old Benson designs from the 50s and essentially refined them with a nice stabilizing surface in the tail, and kind of made it really, really pretty with the proper enclosures and all that on the fuselage, and turned the thing into a nice cruiser. So.
No, it looks very nice. So. And how often do you get these up and get them out there?
Well, I'm flying these things at least once a week. Oftentimes I'm flying them a couple 2 or 3 times a week, but I have to balance that with my normal corporate aviation job.
Okay. And is that for the training that you do?
No, it's half is training, half is personal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'll take it out.
Kind of like you take your old favorite car out, you take your gyro out and just go for a spin.
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
So let's go ahead and take a look over here.
Okay.
So the M16, this model has been around actually since the mid to late 90s. So it's actually a very, very refined design, and it's also the longest running design that Magny has produced. So they've sold tons and tons of these things.
Right.
So, but of course, the market was always asking about, hey, we need to get a side-by-side enclosed model, and they messed around with this one for development for a while in order to go ahead and get the machine to perform correctly. And so in 2005 that was introduced.
Wow.
So, but this is the motorcycle of the year.
Okay.
So this is the sporty one. It's a little bit faster. They fly very, very similar. But this is the sporty one. When you sit in the front, you know, you got this great big windshield over here.
Right.
It's covered with bugs right now, but because I just flew it back from Santa Maria a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay.
And so I had time to clean it. But when you sit in here, this big windshield basically blocks all the wind or like that. You're sitting
Right.
there. It's very, very comfortable. We have we have refined helmets with an intercom, so we can talk back and forth.
Wonderful.
And
Wonderful.
you know, the communications. If you ever been in most open cockpit airplanes, sometimes the communications are very, very sketchy.
Right.
Very dicey because there's a lot of wind noise and what did you say? Et cetera.
Exactly.
You know, but you know, we spent a lot of time getting the communications right on this machine. So, and of course, you know, it's got everything we need to go ahead and fly in all the airspace. It flies into LA all the time. So it's got mode C transponder and ADS-B in and out, so I can get my traffic and I can go ahead and fly pretty much anywhere I want. You know, so I'm a commercial gyroplane rated pilot, so I'm not restricted like a sport pilot, but a sport pilot doesn't have much in the way of restrictions either. You know,
right.
The sport pilot, really the only meaningful restriction that they have, if they already have if they're already a private pilot, you know, in an airplane or something like that, the only real restrictions they have is no flying at night.
Right.
But if they're just purely a sport pilot, you know, they started as a sport pilot, they don't have a private pilot license and anything else. Okay, well, now you have to have additional training and authorizations to go ahead and fly into airspace that communicates with air traffic control. So on the M24, the seats are arranged in a side-by-side staggered configuration, so the passenger who sits in the right seat is actually a little further back, so there's you're not touching shoulders to each other, so it's it actually is a little bit of a trick to get a little more room.
Oh wow.
So by broadening the and still not making the fuselage so fat that you wind up suffering performance. So, but this one's kind of is average equipped, you know. So I didn't go out of my way to make it super top of the line deluxe. This one's much more deluxe.
Right.
You know, this one's a little bit more basic.
Right.
So,
when you say someone who doesn't fly planes, when you say this is deluxe and this one's basic, what does this one have that one doesn't have?
Well, I mean, I have we have essentially the same equipment. I think the equipment that we have over here, is essentially the same equipment, and but because the panel space is a little bit bigger, you can actually put in integrated flight displays where you really can't do an integrated flight display very well in this one.
Right.
I also, the extra things that I spent were for the rear seat, because me being the instructor, I want to have controls and stuff in the back.
Of course.
Whereas like the stock doesn't have anything. So
Right.
I added that stuff because being an instructor, I wanted to.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But so there's an integrated display panel option. Of course, you can get from the manufacturer as an option. But for me, a gyro is about simplicity, and I just try to approach it that way all the time. Where it's like we want to have a complex life and everything like that. We kind of want to have some simple pleasures.
Right, exactly. That's awesome.
But it's all pretty fair and everything like that. The amount of fairing and coverings on it really do make the thing look very, very sharp.
That's awesome.
So this is probably the one you want to get the ride in.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
That one's cool.
Okay. So let me see how much fuel's in it. Okay, go ahead and so turn around and sit down here. I'm going to help on the small panel. And then you just thread your leg over the top there. Door. But before we do that, we'll get your seatbelt fastened. Seatbelt shoulders. see the slots. Go ahead and hold that buckle up. Hold the round part. There you go. Okay, so good. And so you just kind of tighten those up a little bit so they're snug. So good. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Just raise that part a little bit. Pull. So it's snug. Okay. There you go. Good. Just put them there. Okay, great. Perfect. So we'll make sure this. Want you to hold on that so it doesn't flap out in the breeze when I close the door. So the door handle here is this one here. Okay. So when I close it, that handle is going to move forward. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. All right. So that's closed.
Nurse Access Staffing is seeking experienced RN and LVNs. For more information, call us at 818-697-4484 or check us out on our website, nurseaccessstaffing.com.